Hi, Washington Liberty chemistry students. Here is part 2 of your lesson on classifying matter. In the last lesson, we talked about element and compounds and pure substances. Now we're going to talk about mixing them in mixtures. So a mixture is a combination of two or more substances in any proportion. They are not pure substances. This is different from a compound, which consists of substances in fixed proportion. A mixture is not something where the substances are chemically combined, like they are in a compound, and they can be variable in their composition and their proportions. A good example of this is lemonade. The substances in a mixture do not combine chemically to form a new substance as they do in a compound. Instead, they just intermingle, but they keep their original properties. Lemonade is both tart and sweet because of the properties of the lemon and the sugar individually. Lemonade is a mixture because it doesn't have a fixed proportion of ingredients. It could have more or less lemon juice, for example, or more or less sugar, and we would still call it lemonade, and the lemon and the sugar would still maintain their individual identities and properties. Mixtures can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Homogeneous meaning same. Homogeneous mixtures have a uniform composition throughout. That means they're really well mixed. They are so well mixed that you cannot really distinguish the parts, and they are harder to separate. Another name for a homogeneous mixture is solution. Salt water, often used for rinsing when you have a cold, cannot be distinguished from regular water by just looking at it. And to separate it, you have to go through a process that's pretty cumbersome. You're going to have to separate it by evaporation or by distillation. So it's so well mixed that you taste it and you say, oh, there's salt in there. It's also, if it's well mixed enough, the entire glass of salt water will taste the same because it is so uniform in its mixing. Heterogeneous mixtures, on the other hand, hetero meaning different, have variable composition. They're generally a lot easier to separate, not always, but something like trail mix, where, at the end of the trail mix box, there are definitely not as many M&Ms as there were at the beginning because they can be easily separated out. And so throughout the mixture, the composition will be variable. And that is your quick little mini lesson on mixtures.